Before you knock on the door, shake their hand, run the phone call, the homeowner already has an opinion about you. And for most contractors, unfortunately, it's not a good one. So while you're sitting there worried about how you're going to sell them, they're worried about, are you going to lie to me? Are you going to sell me things I don't need? Are you going to overcharge me? Or are you even going to do good work to even know what you're talking about? So rather than thinking about how to sell them, what you need to be thinking about is how to earn back that trust that you've already lost before you even open your mouth.
What are you up to?
I'm Marcus with Dr. Gone Leadership. I help companies scale and grow their businesses. The reason I make these videos is I take all the things that I learned throughout my time and helping folks, and I just like to share the common things that I see, hopefully that it'll help you in scaling your business and helping you get to the next level. So today we are going to bridge the gap between what homeowners are thinking and what you're thinking and trying to get you guys thinking on the same page. So first up, we need to talk about why trust is broken in the first place. And some of this may not even be your fault. Trust is broken because everybody, like, you know how we all go, oh, lawyers this, or I don't want to go to the dentist because when they drill it, like, everybody has their natural built-in opinions about things. And the natural opinions of contractors, whether you're a roofer, a plumber, HVAC, you're a concrete guy, whatever, if you're in the home service, you're called a contractor, they probably don't trust you. And it's because they've heard horror stories. They had a buddy that had work done, cost them thousands, left them stranded, had to get a home equity line of credit, all sorts of stuff. So it may not even be your fault, but their trust is already broken. And unfortunately, it's well-deserved. So you need to go in and understand it's not a selling issue, it's a trust issue.
Really trust me?
Yeah.
With your life?
Yep.
Good.
So the only way you're even going to get to start making a dent in this trust issue is you are going to have empathy for where they are at. In other words, they are giving an opinion that probably doesn't have anything to do with you, that is a heavy bias towards not liking and trusting you. That's not your fault. You can't get all hurt feelings about it. You just need to understand that they probably have a right to feel this way. And this is where you're going to have to be empathetic and ask questions.
Do you have a pet? Do you have a sweet tooth? Do you believe in the power of a curse?
Have you had your hearing tested lately?
Planning a trip soon? Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
Because if you can understand where they're coming from, you can help them move through it. So there's another thing that I see a lot of times when it comes to contractors. You may be a really good contractor, and I call this the good contractor failure. The problem is you think all you have to do is prove that you're not those guys, and that's not what you have to do. So you go in, you probably don't ever actually ask for the sale, so that's number one. You got to always ask for the sale. You're probably talking a lot more than you're listening because you think you have to impress them and prove to them that you know what you're doing. What you do, that's true, but you can't get there until you've listened to them and they're now willing to listen to you. And then lastly, you're probably using a lot of technical jargon. They don't know it. Features and benefits, my friend. If you just start screaming, preaching features, you assume they know the benefit. And they don't. And on top of that, are you talking about the features and benefits of you and your thing, or the benefits and features that they want?
I tell you the truth, I'm a little confused by your tactics.
Tactics?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep acting tough until I figure it out, all right?
So ask for the sale, shut your mouth, listen more than you talk, and give them what benefits them, and make sure you're explaining why it benefits them. Just because you are a good contractor, that's not enough. You have to get them to the point where they're willing to listen and discover that you're a good contractor. So we've kind of talked about some of the bad things, why customers are the way they are, and then how we kind of make it worse. What I want to talk about now is how you can actually help overcome it with some basic principles. Number one, you've got to ask questions. Now, you're not asking questions to be a probe or to be a lawyer to catch him in something. You're asking questions because remember, you have empathy. You want to find out what their actual problem is. So your questions need to be problem specific. Don't make it owner specific or what you want to sell specific. Your questions have to be related to understanding and discovering the problem. You hear me talking about it all the time. If you go into the doctor because you got a sore throat and he starts checking your knee, I don't really care about my knee right now. Check out my sore throat, sir.
Okay, time to test those reflexes. Failed.
And after you've asked the questions, listen up. You need to listen to what they're telling you. Oftentimes, we skip the listening step because we ask the question that we already know the answer to, and just stop it. Like, you're just waiting to the point where you get to talk again. When you ask the questions, you need to listen to their response. What I mean is, shut down that inner monologue you have and actually pay attention to what they're saying. Listening doesn't just mean I hear you. Listening means I'm absorbing what you're telling me. I'm having empathy, and I'm actually looking for ways to help you, not for the next thing to say. So now one of the last parts of building this trust is going to be you need to explain why. And you're not explaining why because it's your hottest product or it's what you're trying to push or it's your best commission or whatever the case may be. You're explaining why your thing helps for the issues that they previously stated. And when you go into your explanation, for the love of Pete, don't go listing 200,000 features. I don't care how many features you have. Give at least 3. Don't ever go over 5. 3 is kind of the magic number. So just try to stick to give them 3 things that pertained to a conversation you've already had. Don't come up with something new. Don't try to teach them something that they don't know. With the problems that they gave you because you were listening, explain to them why your solution works for their problems.
You're focusing on the problem. If you focus on the problem, you can't see the solution. Never focus on the problem. Look at me.
Now, once you're explaining, don't you dare go in. This number big one you've heard me talking about in other videos before. You need to give them options. If you just go in and you say, hey, here's the only thing you can do, they are naturally going to have a tendency to want to wheel and deal. So you've got to give them options. That way they feel they actually get to make a choice. No one likes to be told what to do. That's why we want to move out of the house and start paying bills. And we realize, oh crap, I don't like paying the bills. Maybe I need to go back to the house, but whatever. We don't like being told what to do. So you got to give people options. And just like anything else, 3 is the magic number. Don't go giving 6 options. Don't go just giving 2 options. That's like a 50-50 thing. We ain't trying to flip a coin. We're trying to actually let them make a decision. And if you're sitting here thinking, well, yeah, but they really only need this one thing, that's fine. You can give them 3 options and give your suggestion on which one you feel is best. And by the way, if you don't recommend the absolute tier as the best, like you recommend option 1 or 2 versus option 3, like that goes back to fixing the trust issue. Because I can trust somebody that's literally telling me to spend less money. And don't do it just as a tactic, do it because you actually mean it. So now we're talking about the payoff, the end of this thing, like what happens. Oftentimes in the contracting world, in the home service business, it's not actually the best closer that ends up making the most sales. It's the person that builds the most trust. And if you follow the steps we've mentioned here, you are going to get trust and you're going to get more sales because of the trust you've got. So start going in with the mindset of how can I help somebody? How can I serve somebody? If you go in with the servant mindset, trust me, everything else is going to fall into place.
I need you to trust me.
So I hope this video has been helpful to you. I hope you can just take this and implement it right now today and start increasing your sales and your numbers in the way you go about helping people. If you have more questions on it and you'd like a little bit more detail, or you'd like to know, hey, like what's an actual training look like with you, then what I'd like you to do is just click in the link below, fill out the form, schedule a one-on-one conversation, and let's talk about the next steps from here. So until the next time, we'll see ya on the next one.